in a big way. Now what, practice? Let's go hit the range.
I was like, let's go to the range.
We are headed to the golf cart. Yo, you want to golf with us?
No.
You don't play golf?
No.
Try. We got to break par.
I'm very, very excited. You excited?
Yeah.
Full Send Golf. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Andre of the Savages.
Let's think about this. I'm glad you brought this up because even in the first film, what are they doing? Apollo is trying to find somebody to help me get this show off. We're not planning on this dude winning. That's not even in the thing at all. Every now and again, I feel like somebody says F the program.
Black and White Sports. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. The 35th all-time NBA Finals rematch gets underway tonight in San Antonio when the Spurs host the Knicks in Game 1. The previous matchup was won by San Antonio back in 1999. New York's riding an 11-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back sweeps last played May 25th. Spurs, after 6 and 7-game series, have had 3 days off. ESPN NBA insider Brian Windhorst.
This is the most they've had off in a couple of weeks. And this season, when Victor Wembanyama has had at least 3 days off, he's played some of his best basketball. All of his numbers go up with at least 3 days off this season. Scoring, shooting, and most importantly, block shots, clearly higher in the energy stats when he's got this much rest. So people talk about rest versus rust. Hey, the Spurs are rested pretty well too.
Game 1, 7:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio, 8:30 Eastern on ABC. NFL Packers will likely be without star edge rusher Micah Parsons until at least mid-October. He's just past the 5-month mark from ACL surgery, as well as a procedure on his meniscus. He will likely open the 2026 NFL season on the PUP list.
Hey, it's Michelle's Moment, and coming up Thursday, as the Knicks and Spurs battle in the NBA Finals, I'll tell you which team should use their blueprint if they want to have success in the future. It's on Sportsman, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngster. Pizza, salad, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
I mean, they're there, and trust and believe. Watch this. As much as we would like to say we don't know if we could really look seriously at the Raptors, what you do know is that Cleveland will ultimately pull a game or two away in this series by their own merit, whether it be poor decision-making, where there's excessive turnovers, where they're inept from the foul line, and some other dereliction of duty that we know that the Cleveland Cavs will put on display.
Black and White Sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
The NBA Finals on ESPN Radio. All the dunks.
Ananobi catches under the basket, goes up and slams it home.
The dimes.
Harper lifts it from National, flies in for the alley-oop.
The daggers.
He's going to pull a half-court jumper. Hit it at the horn. Victor Wembanyama.
It's the NBA Finals here exclusively on Toledo's home for hoops, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Preparing to watch a whack-ass Cowboy Bears game. Don't mess with the Cowboys here. But here's the twist on it. And this is where I said another commentary we got off before they went to TV with it. This is the Caleb Williams special. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Watch. Because that's what we do. I figured out what the plot is with the Cowboys. Because their attention is not about them winning. Because they are the entertainment capital. If you guys think about this historically, how many years have you seen people perform their best performance in history against Dallas? live on, and usually it's always on TV in front of the damn nation.
Join Andre of the Savages, weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports is now.
Trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic.
Dr. Dre is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
I know you're kind of busy just now, but I want to tell you some things I never told you. I know sometimes I act stupid and I say stupid things, but you kept me around, and other people would have said, drop that bum. You give me respect. You know, it's hard for me to say these kind of things because that ain't my way. But if I could just unzip myself and step out and be someone else, I want to be you. You're real hot.
If the papers knew we were talking like this, they'd think we was crazy. Why you?
Because I'm the best and you need somebody to teach you different. You may not understand what I'm talking about now. I can appreciate that, but you will when it's over. Believe me. You will when it's over. You think I don't have any more?
You got nothing more to prove, do you?
Look, man, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
I got a lot of more. Come on. Here we go again.
And we wish to show the American press a small portion of the advances.
What does all this do to enhance performance?
It makes a man a better man. A great athlete, a super athlete. Though most of the world is ignorant.
It's showtime! It's showtime!
Come on. You wish to educate your country.
In great spirits tonight. He's really putting on a show for this capacity crowd.
Shall we have a demonstration?
Please do.
As you can see, the result's quite obvious. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Now you're going to have to go through it.
However you may be listening, whatever you may be into, we certainly appreciate you making us a part of your situation on a Win Now Wednesday, Game 1. And so we have it. Even though a little bittersweet because we know now we have 7 basketball games left. Period. However it goes down. And I might hint at we may not have 7 games left either. What's going on, people? Glass City, Southeast Michigan, Findlay, BG, Swanton, Oregon, Maumee, Perrysburg, North Side, South Side. Hey, it's called Black and White Sports. It's underway. Fastest buck 20 in sports. My name is Andre of the Savages. This gentleman you're seeing over here, that's Josh Burnham. You see him up at the top square, all right? And should have been in the middle square. And in the middle square, we have it early. We don't really have time to be bringing in special guests and doing all that like we do it. Monty Features is here early. And as you know, often, but we going right from the open today because we got stuff to do, man. Again, finals, Game 1, a few things. We have a conversation that I didn't expect to get into yesterday, but when I found a follow-up comment, well, it feels like a follow-up comment. I'm not sure. Maybe has been made recently, but we were having a I guess what feels like a character conversation for CC. But when I hear Dan Dockage enter, and a lot of people around here, I know very smiley when they hear that name. I know it's a favorable space around here where coach is concerned, but I always love his content and love hearing his take on things, but he had one. And I thought, maybe, wow, if I had this yesterday, we could have chopped it up. So a few things going on. Also, two NFL news, Micah Parsons in it. You guys heard that in the Sports Center update. I was going to let you know, though, he'll start the season on the PUP list, which is heavy because now it's feeling like, ooh, wow. When you all thought it was buyer beware on Jerry Jones, you all are the goofballs, and so are the Packers. Because we're not going to see him until at least October, and we really won't know what that looks like, how that's going to be, what's the mindset. We could go on and on, but all things point to what will look crazy right around Halloween time, because at that point, you'll be looking at the Dallas Cowboys fearful because people will have found themselves on a lot of injured reserve lists dealing with their defense. That is a strong likelihood. So just go ahead and put that on your projection because we do a lot of time travel in this day. So we're doing it. All right. Monty Features, man. What's up, sir? Didn't mean to be rude, man, but good afternoon to you, my brother. Thank you for being on deck right away because, like I said, there's stuff.
We good, bro. How are you?
Yeah. Oh, no, a little better every day, man. Thank you, Josh, for the appropriate entry. See that? Yeah, Josh got you. Didn't even feel like, you hanging. We're going to go ahead and do it official. But listen, man, I feel like I should just kind of get to it and throw it out of the way because I don't want to get on here and start doing a bunch of, we spent a lot of minutes yesterday, and I don't want to give the people the idea that I want to open up a big Caitlin Clark discussion again. But I thought it was interesting to note because I don't know if people are saying this, and I'm not sure how to sort of perspectivize all of it now because I was feeling the conversation we were having in terms of just what kind of is part of some of the game and the culture of the game. But this is interesting, and like I said, mainly because it's Dan Dockage. All right. Matter of fact, everybody, we will do this. We're gonna sum this up. We're gonna get to this doggone finals tonight. But I want to hear from you on this when he, in my opinion, my estimation, has shifted to a much more important discussion in the grand scheme, even as it pertains to the money, because we say, all right, this is the golden goose, this is where the bread is, it's the CC effect, all this other stuff going on, and where the pressures are concerned and everything else. So here is Coach Dockage. We're going to hear him. And I just want to get your thoughts on this. We're going to kind of move past it here today, but I put it here because of the fact that we had this discussion yesterday, and I was like, man, I wish I had heard this and him say this yesterday. It would have certainly changed my conversation. But here's Coach Dan Dockage.
You know who that indicts?
Oh, okay, here we go.
If they are better
can't be Clark.
Without Caitlin Clark.
Can't be Clark.
That's
Come on, baby.
why you fire Stephanie White and the entire organization.
The dumbest human beings, I've always said it, when it comes to actual sports are guys like Jason Whitlock and sports writers because they don't know jack. It indicts one person and one person only, and that is Caitlin Clark. Look, Whitlock's never been in a locker room for real. He says he was some kind of football. No, he's never been in a locker room for real. Maybe to sneak a peek, maybe to get an autograph, maybe to ask a question. I don't know. But the truth of the matter is, it is a massive indictment how the other players around Clark play, are comfortable, are more competitive. When her ass isn't in there taking bad shots, being a pain in the ass, not guarding anybody, it isn't an indictment, and I'll let him finish here, of everybody else. It's an indictment of Clark.
So there you go. Now, when you hear that, and that's what I was wondering, was it the real energy of what's going on? And then remember how I went out, I said, I feel like there's frustration organizationally just because I think there's imbalance with what the team does and what think they're trying to keep on having her do, when I might have questions on, is she being really implemented properly as a talent? Because I don't know how much to get into that and start questioning her game. And but hey, we said it yesterday. It's been some struggles. That should be noted. But she is kind of broke out there. Like, I get it. It's been some games. But when you hear him say that, does that do anything to your mentality, like as a player, as a teammate, and as a real conversation on perhaps the individual? And maybe we should have been hearing this while we've been trying to play the darling of all of things.
So what it reminds me of yesterday, the conversation, and I want to kind of go there, but we were talking about how removing AJ Brown from Philly will make that balance come back. It's the same type of thing. When you have one person, when you have a team out there trying to do one thing, and then you're trying to highlight somebody else to be like an individual, it throws the whole thing off. And it only works if it's working, and she's not working right now. You understand what I mean? If she's hitting those shots and all of that, and all is well and good, right? But she's not. And so it makes the team concept look even worse, because, they're like, all right, I'm posting up and she's shooting them threes and she breaking them. You know what I mean?
And we're trying to get her looks, and then you
Right.
frustrating the coach because maybe we're not doing. See, you heard what Whitlock. Now, usually Whitlock will say things that's clever, and I'll give him respect when I like something cool. I don't judge anybody and say, well, I don't like this guy. Whatever he says, I don't want to hear him. What I mean? It depends on what we say, case by case basis. Said that to say, right there, Whitlock sounds like a damn fool. Talking
Right.
about, well, let's get the whole organization out of here and the coach. See, this is the culture of the day, where we keep on moving stuff around for people, for individuals, and one person.
Right.
And then we keep selling to the world, to the society, that the idea is a collective good. Even with, like, because we gonna talk about these damn Spurs and all of this tonight, and we understand, okay, that Wemby is the focal point when we start talking about where most of the attention will go. Now, the beautiful part about that, though, watch this, people, to what Monty just said, and maybe could have been maybe added or attached to what he said. It works when our team concept in doing this and focusing, because we'll argue and have a conversation, says, hey, whether he shoots it, passes, whatever, when the Spurs come down in a half-court situation, number one should touch the ball, some form or fashion. And because we trust him to make the better decision for everyone, which is why this is the times we can have an individual as the center force of things, because their main objective is to make sure they find out where our team is flowing. Because tonight, Wemby may see, you know what, Champagne is already popping early. I'm not necessarily going to go in here and take some of my threes. I'm going to keep kicking out from the foul line like I do every time till he miss one. I'm going here, and that's why I'm doing it. We're not doing it because we sat on the board in the locker room and came out and said, now we're going to be looking for Caitlin, and then we're going to be looking for Caitlin later. And then right here on this time, we want to get a screen off so Caitlin can. Nobody trying to do that. And then you got people in the thing looking like, whoa, whoa. See, then our Leah Boston salty because she's a big dog.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. If you remember that clip that you showed yesterday, the one where they was talking about, I don't know, Caitlin was going after the referee, but how Aaliyah pushed her, like, man, go somewhere.
Yes,
I've been there. Look, when they first started, and this is just personal, when they first started the City Park League, and I was out there, and I'm a big man. You know how I play, and they coming down jacking threes and all that. Man, y'all better go somewhere. That's how I know that feeling to the heart. Well, yeah,
So you
I
down
get
there,
frustration.
you wrestling and tussling, and as soon as that foolishness goes up, now you are expected to figure out a way to get position for this nonsense. You came up and but
and they clanking threes, talking about how come I ain't rebounded, because it's bouncing back to half court. That's why.
Give them ricochet out the back of the rim, boys. You
the double rim at that.
So Caitlin Clark, you kind of tripping, and we might need to say that. And I want to shoot that out. Shout out K Jones, man, because you were saying we're gonna lighten up. We know that's our girl, man, but still, we're not gonna get out here and act like now everything we celebrated her for me, it's always been, yes, I acknowledge the money game and we can close it here. But at the end of the day, it's always been about good play. And again, being the appropriate energy and direction for whatever team she's been on. And when that's been the case, we love it. And right now, we're not getting ready to dance that Doug Collins dance. Monty, remember when Doug Collins used to be the coach and MJ, you was never going to win with that.
Right.
We
Yeah.
might just let you, like they said it on I was just watching The Last Dance the other night and just had it on in the white noise. And I'm like, listening to Mike talk about that. We did all the plays. Everything was geared and centered toward my game. And y'all kept seeing the early Bulls getting embarrassed, even when he got in the playoff. Now you're getting swept with that.
Right.
Get Phil in here with some damn order. Make somebody get in a line of some sort of congruency here for the group. And that's it, man. And right now, it just seemed like we needed to get that message off top of the show today, all right? Black and White Sports in here on this Wednesday. It's a win now, and that's the thing. And right now, the Fever not really winning now, so you got that going on. Who else won now and last night? How about those
Vegas.
nights? Yeah, Josh Burnham. What you think about that, Jack?
I think Vegas is looking pretty tough, and Carolina's got to bounce back.
Man, shout out to my man Comic Raj on that, because he's the only cat I know been a Vegas tier on things. This fool jump out and just leave from the funny bone and go hit the plane and get at the game and shoot back on you. With his jersey on. It's crazy. You know what I mean? That's what's up, Raj, man. Hey, he told me, he said these boys were locked in. Because I went to him. I said, Raj, what's going on? So I can know exactly, so I can go over here and lean on this. And yesterday was a I can't wait to ask Andy his thoughts here and talk to these boys about. That was major, Monty, only because Carolina came out. There was an offensive there was an established statement early on. These boys go up 2-0. And usually at this is Stanley Cup, sir. At this level, 2-0 usually will get you the goal for the night. We're good. You know what I'm saying? We're at home. We up 2. And again, Coach T, man, last night in Vegas, they showed a clip. For those of you who saw the highlights, maybe you were watching the game, and you saw him, they caught him, Monty, in a live, what I would call true coaching essence moment in terms of keeping his guys composed and redirecting, recalibrating their minds. And I'll be damned if these fools didn't immediately come out, and here comes the flip. Before you knew it, it's 2-2. You see what I'm saying? And it was real. That was real last night. For them to win that 5-4 and to close it like they did. And I think the momentum just began. I don't like Carolina tomorrow. I'm telling you, like I said, when Andy comes on, I've already seen it. I see right now where this is going. You know, it's all about coaching and pedigree right now. And Carolina is kind of like new ground in the sense that you had 20 years ago when these guys had, you know what I'm saying, we had this type of level of success. So, you know. Who, Steve T?
Yep.
Stop it. Get him on the what? All guessing calls brought to you by. Sorry, Josh. I could have slowed it up. Oh, yeah. Let's go. I didn't even know. I didn't expect the bonus activity. Okay, good afternoon. They say the real sports guy is hovering. What's going on, sir? The timing couldn't be better. I'm sitting here right now going off about these damn nights, Mr. Taylor. So I'm assuming maybe you want to come in here and deal with that, because that was very impressive.
Exactly what I heard. Yes, exactly what I heard, man. And it kind of what took place last night is what I expected. Remember when I told you about the center of the ice and how the Golden Knights dominate the center of the ice?
Yes,
you
sir.
know, and it's 2 lines in particular. It's that first line, but that second line that I really like is like that Theodore line, and then McNabb. McNabb had 3 assists last night, you know, and he's the guy that I kind of overlooked. But all the other guys that we pointed out, Hurdle had the game winner last night. You know, man, these guys are unfazed about any kind of truculence that they run into. You see, the home team scored 35 seconds into the contest. Well, we've been there and we've done it before, because the Avalanche started out 3-0 against them, and we've seen it. So this is not not anything that I didn't expect. And I also felt that the Golden Knights had the better goalie. I said that yesterday, and I doubled down today. I just think Hart's a better goalie. You saw him with the glove save and then show him the puck. Man, that takes cojones when you show him the puck. Like, bro, you not get nothing by it.
Yeah,
You know?
you got to come. You got to come with
the
something else.
mentality that these guys have.
True indeed. True. And Steve, talking to Steve T, man, on the microphone today on Extra Detail. I certainly appreciate this, Steve. But talk about this, because as you hint at it, and you kind of, again, reinforce the idea of what these guys are, and again, I mean, can we overstate? Is it even possible to overstate? I'm going to start saying Vegas Night Management and making this move again. Tortorella is incredible looking in this moment because of this result, though. We're talking real-time result. It's one thing to say we're strategizing in between contests, in between series. We're doing all of that, and that's in itself, it's great and noble and all due respect. But last night, for them to catch that, and you know what that is, Steve, being in the broadcast zone and TV and getting that moment like that and having those guys respond, man, please speak to that, especially as it pertains to what they ended up doing, implementing, as you say, the dominance interior wise and the composure to stay is in a mode that said it's all good and we're actually really better than you.
It is. Yeah, it is, because if you notice, the goals that Carolina scored was on the short, when they had short ice, the short side of the ship. You know, it was going on the short side. Man, we got to clean that up, man. Man, we have to chase pucks, man. The defensemen have to chase pucks. You can't take off and go up expecting to get a rush. Man, you got to see the play all the way through. And that's what you saw. You know, Tortorella was saying, look, guys, look, let's just play our game. I like where we're at, even though we're down. I like where we're at. And then right away, they get the short shift, bang, light the lamp. You know, man, the little things that they do, it's championship medal, what the Golden Knights are all about. You know, and Jack Eichel is always in the center of it. Man, I can't state this enough. He's the best player in this series. Man, you know, because he's a starter. He's the guy that starts that. You know, everybody else is benefiting because of the work this guy does.
Man, Steve, that was wild, man. And again, I loved it, and especially the road capper. These boys, this is crazy. Watching these Knights. Let me do this quick shift of the gears. I don't know if you heard this either. If you caught that part just before that, Monty and I were here. Man, Monty Features is in here. Okay, Steve Taylor on the phone line, impromptu. Just real brief. And my bad, because I kind of said I wasn't going to do it, but I want to hear from you. You were here. We heard from Dan Dockage. And Dan Dockage on that Caitlin Clark situation, and just as we discussed all of the dynamics, I guess, because I feel like the conversation is there more than just even the individual, because I still think there's something to be said about how we kind of pattern today's game culture when we get a special player, whatever, what have you. But when you heard and when we hear him, don't know if you heard the clip, but again, his contention that she is out here sort of really almost in a rogue fashion for whatever reason, pressing, feeling whatever peripheral energies there are, but it's happening. And there's a real team destruction that probably should be highlighted that really isn't.
And well, you can see it pressing, you know, and I think it'll smooth itself out. I mean, they don't get a lot of training camp, man, to get themselves ready. They almost have to play themselves into shape if already in shape. And she was suffering coming into this season. And we see the artifact. And the thing that gets me is how she admitted, like, look, I trying to get in my mind, I'm okay. And until you do that, man, like I tore an ACL. And until I told myself I'm okay, I was always laboring the other leg because I didn't want to go through that again. That thing's real, you know. So until you can tell yourself and come to grips that, you know what, man, I can do this, man. Oh, I'm good, you know. And she's laboring with that now, and that's going to continue to happen until she figures out I'm good.
All right, Steve. Well, get us good here on the way out of here to this break, man. Steve T in the building. All right. We're going to come back after this. Tonight, man, go ahead. Take your 30 seconds, bro, and let us know how bad this Nick whooping might be. I'm thinking about laying this 4.5, sir.
Yeah, I would. Man, guys, all I know is for Victor's had more days of rest. It's been different tonight. Man, they're going to have to shoot the basketball. And if they don't shoot the basketball, if they're not hitting wide open jump shots, man, I really don't know what we're talking about. To me, I see a gentleman's sweep because I feel like the Spurs will get the first two, and we will get one in Madison Square Garden, and then come back home and call it a day.
That's official. I told you guys yesterday that was the plus 370. Appreciate you, Steve.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir. Monty Feature Night. We'll be back, all right? Crossing the bottom of the hour. Hour 1. Fast Buck 20. Black and white.
Sports. Raw. Recalibrated. Unfiltered. You're listening to Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
No unusual slowdowns, no incidents to pass along at this time. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now, traffic.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngster. Pizza, salad, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway. Spring is...
Find just what you're looking for at Yard Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. We have Toledo's best selection, over 500 vehicles to choose from. Sign and drive today with payments as low as just $199 a month, up to $15,000 in discounts, or 0% financing for 60 months. Online at YardChryslerJeepDodgeRam.com. On select models excludes tax, title, and fees. Lease for limited term with zero due at inception. Not all will qualify. Offers expire 12/31/26.
Black and White Sports.
If Dame didn't put that energy into that brand, Jay-Z would be a backpack rapper. I'm keeping it 1,000. Ho. Before Rockefeller, when Can I Get Open came out, he was already talking that shit. I've been there since then. Do you remember Original Flavor? He wasn't hot. He was not hot. He wasn't hot.
Oh, that shit wasn't hot. When you talk about when Jay-Z was rapping like
That's
most
fast rap.
people-
He never was rapping. He never was rapping like that.
He was rapping
That fast skibbity do rapping wasn't it.
It wasn't it, dog. You don't give what you talk about. That skiggity bum, hum. I got the rumble, tum.
You're not gonna tell me that, Flex. It wasn't it.
That shit don't even want to pull up on YouTube for him. YouTube like this wasn't it, man.
Nah, wasn't it.
You're listening to Black and White Sports,
I get
where
it.
there is
I
no
was trying to
gray.
hold it. I couldn't hold it. Oh, thank you, John. I was like, please don't let Josh play this and Monty's not even on no more. It's not on the same value. If Andy was on right now, that would not have went over. Oh, Lord, I was praying that this could get played when Monty was on here. Thank you.
You said that bum, skiddity bum.
Hey, they said when he was doing that, but see, they don't know. Monty, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm doing this for my white family. Listen, white brothers and sisters, this is the stuff you guys need to know. You guys know Jay-Z, the husband of Beyonce, and all this. This guy is a classic corn in the level of Dr. Dre's police work. I'm telling you, all this stuff is miragery. My goodness, it's out of control at this point.
And of course, I know a new genre of rap, which is dippity do rap.
Man, do you remember a group named Daz Effects, Josh? Do you ever hear of them?
This is the first I've heard of them.
Man, exactly. See? And they used to bump skiddly bumpy and do all that.
A hip bone connected to my knee bone, my knee bone connected to my hearty heart.
They remind me of damn your boys Scrib. That's what they be making me. I don't know why. It just make me think of them guys. That was his boys. He idolized them. That tells you the whole story. You thought Nas Effects was cold. That's on you. If you thought that was ever gonna get anywhere, scoop diddly bop bop, it's skiddly biddly boop boop, and knee bones. I'm done. Wait,
man.
Hold on. I don't even think that you can find the Hawaiian Sophie. They need to get on YouTube and get Hawaiian Sophie. I think the billionaire.
It's on there. I'm sure.
You can find it. You all need to get that and get the Jay-Z because anybody else would not get excused. If they find that on anybody else who is proclaimed to be the king of the cool and everything that's supposed to be the most mental, cerebral, and elevated scale up of mentality possible guy is sit and eat or $500,000 or eat dinner, whatever, right? Man, did you see the Dame Dash clip? I usually don't do stuff like this, but I caught the Dame Dash where he goes in about the
his breast.
The whole thing with the picnic and the lashing back out at everybody. That's funny. If you haven't seen that, you should watch that. I'm sorry, but yeah, bro, that was specifically for you. I mean, it was for the people, because they need that. I want them to question. Why? You can't question Jay-Z. Yeah,
but I say this though, Dame is a corn as well though. So
he's going about it wrong because they've already joined in, and you can't stop it. Like he has to win on a level that make it go back where it's like, okay, he must have been the guy. His mode. That's what he needs right now is a big victory on that level. But underneath it, it doesn't change like what was built. That's what I don't understand. People get amnesia, and then they tell the story how they wanted to sound, and it has nothing. Again, I keep telling you guys, I get on BCSN for stuff like that because you all will allow them to be the premier organizational foundation of everything that you hold near and dear. But it's like shamery when you rewrite history because you don't like somebody. I'm not going to tell you, and I'm still not everybody's cup of tea but it doesn't change what got done, what
Right.
accomplished. And when you look up AI, put the name in there. The first thing it says, first black man to do something in Toledo. And nobody ever gets me a phone call in February or none of this. And then on their channel, the first sports network, the first black voice and face. Since that's important, it's not for me. I don't care. I don't do it for that. I never ever did. I don't. I'm not sitting here today for that. It's all because of Gary Finney, and Hightower, and Rick, and Monty, and Josh, and the people that's with it. I don't care if it get to 1,000 billion. That's not my point. That's why we rock. I don't want to come in all the time, but when they disrespect, when you discrediting, and then we keep voting, and I'm looking at Fail Camp up here, and you guys is even acting like this is a quality guy at his job. That's not okay, man. And we sitting up here talking about people's performances, but when you don't have a challenger and the city allows subpar and inept work to be at the reigning supreme level, you guys are wrong. You don't question, you don't make them. We just showed you, Monty, we had a thing, not to necessarily turn it because we had a weird, obviously, instance in a certain level. But on one hand, the individual was on point by being able to point out the local news media, sitting up here printing stuff that's irresponsible. With that lady got her life turned upside down with these kids from that kindergarten when the people was carrying on and acting up. And they took that little girl, put that, and all of that, like, you still got it. You can't just run it without it being all the way right. We trying to hurry up and get the clicks and the salaciousness is all I'm saying. I'm not delve into that story and do that, but I'm saying we have a bad habit of operating foul in this town, and nobody has anything to say about it. And we go with it because we do a popular thing. When you good friends with folks, everybody that's hot. No, it's not hot. Just because they cute. Nah. But nonetheless, sorry. Soapbox moment. This is really back. Monty Features in here rocking with us, man. It's a Wednesday. And we said win now. Today, Black and White Sports. We are rolling. So get this. Let me get back into and thank you, man. Steve T hit us up, man. I appreciate the call, Steve, every time, brother. And Steve, y'all already know what Steve is on. But Steve is our resident. He's a Spurs guy. He has a history. It's legit. I don't know any more Spurs fans. If I see people in Toledo start popping up, look, man, we're going to have problems because we know how to do it. It could be a summer of that.
If you're a Toledoan that's a Spurs fan, text us at 877-909-1007.
Yeah, good idea, Josh. We need to see some proof or something. You have to give us, and we should have Steve send us questions for you to see if your situation is thorough. But let me do this. Let me get Kevin Garnett involved on the discussion, Monty Features. And again, in case Steve's still listening. And I thought, well, it's always great to listen to KG. If you ever watch them boys, get down and do their thing. He's quite the colorful cat in his delivery. So I always appreciate it. But sometimes, again, when he's laser sharp and the way I think it should be expressed, I don't think it could have been done any better. So, Monty, here's the deal about tonight and why when I told Steve I'm thinking about laying a 4.5 because I think the people might have this a little twisted and not understanding why the Knicks are actually an underdog. And I think KG might be on to exactly maybe why that is.
I don't want to give fools gold. Okay. Like, I'm going to be really honest. The Knicks ain't seen this type of defense right here. They ain't seen this San Antonio. Right. And they ain't seen this type of Wemby. I gotta take my glasses off. This is a different Wemby. From 2 months ago. This is a different Wemby. First playoff appearance for Wemby. Listen, bro, are you watching how Castle, Vassell, how all the guards are guarding? Yeah. The guards they got somebody for Brunson. I don't want to call this fool's goal, but man, them Philly and Cleveland, right? They not this right here. Nobody's quitting nothing.
So I'm trying to give them to understand. Them boys are minutes. They don't care. It's about to be a jungle gym. I think the Knicks, man, I still see the Knicks as much as they've been through, and I said this, and I wanted to give them the proper energy, thinking that maybe that is just the direction we're going. It's a New York thing. I can sell it to my mind, market stuff. I can figure out ways to think about wagering to that destination. I'm just not about to do that though, because we still got to play some basketball and stuff still has to happen that is legitimate. And this whole thing is a problem, man. This young man is a problem. These guys that celebrate this guy being the number one guy and they play around him like the Thunder play around SGA, like I was saying, but these guys really have heart. It's people on OKC, as y'all found out, that don't have heart. These boys is not really getting it back down. And like you said, those guards, Monty, it's heavy on the perimeter out there. I'm gonna see what we really are doing. Josh Hart and the rest of the gang, Obi Kenobi and these guys.
So, but I have a different outlook, a little bit different. And this is why. I told you the other day I did not like the way the Spurs were celebrating, right? They were celebrating like they had won the championship.
Right.
So that emotion coming to the game, if they don't come out in the first quarter and establish themselves and let the Knicks hang around, I think the Knicks will win. If they're not up by at least 10 in the first quarter, the Knicks will win the game.
You think you said you want to see an early, you want to
right.
But I don't disagree with that. Okay.
Yeah.
And I do think if we get late in the game, I do think that's usually going to probably benefit the Knicks. And when you start talking about the guys that in that element of the time together, the experiences, some of that. But I fall short, as I mentioned yesterday, everybody, of completely leaning into that thought process, only because none of these clowns have been in the damn championship round either. Whether together, individual,
right.
Whatever, they haven't. So we don't know what kind of blundering bumbles people will make and stuff that'll happen. We still got Cat Towns on deck. We got a microscope on you, waiting to see which one from game to game it's going to be. So that'll be interesting. The one tonight we might see. We feel like we can anticipate an aggressive Wemby. So let's kind of store that aside. I like to believe you're going to get an aggressive Brunson. I'm going to do some things too with the props, man. We got a few to share. I figured I'd do that today, and we'll definitely do that on the backside of things here later. All right. Black and White Sports on this Wednesday. My man Monty is here. So, but I think you're going to get those things, Monty. But
the reason why I'm saying that, though, is just it's hard for a team to have that emotional 2 games in a row. You understand what I'm saying?
I absolutely get you.
And they've been rested, so they can't play with them. If they're not up by at least 10 in the first quarter, they have a very good chance of losing the game. They will ultimately win the series because the thing about the Spurs is they'll figure you out, right?
Yeah,
they'll figure you out, but they have to come out and set dominance from the beginning. They can't let the Knicks hang around in the game. And I'm just talking about game 1.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Game 1. If they're going to steal one, it'll be game 1, and that's it.
No, I'm not mad at that. All right, and here's the thing, and all I wanted to say to it in their defense, because I would certainly concur. You do not want to find yourself. We here less than 2 minutes to go, 1:37, and the tension is ultra high, and the possessions are paramount like that. I mean, we love it. You know what I'm saying? As far as our viewing pleasure, that's cool. But that's not the game that you really probably want to be having with these guys in the way the Knicks are feeling ultra confident and feeling like they're due. So that's what's beautiful about this. You got 2 energies that feel like we're due, even one that's a little bit ahead of the people's schedule. But let me say this. We're going to hit this break, man, and roll out to the extent that, again, the Spurs are clear. Or let me say, I'm going to take Wemby as the leader and the voice of the group when he tells us, listen, I admit in what Monty is saying, we do need to contend with that because we do feel a certain high. Our bodies, everything is adjusting, our minds. We're feeling that, Monty. He puts it on the record and he says it and says, hey, that's our challenge, is getting ourselves back down to reality here before we tip this ball off.
Right.
And get ready to rock with these boys, because he says, I know that these men are coming in here and it's going to be too serious, man, because they're hungry as anybody. They feel like they're right where they're supposed to be. So I thought that was very thoughtful, and I felt like that made it very intriguing for me, that he's conscious of that. So to watch what he does, knowing that is going to tell us, boy, it's going to tell us a whole lot more. This dude is something else, man. This situation is something else. And we hype, people. It's Wednesday. It's game 1. It's time, all right? We got to win now. So we'll try to do that. Finish it strong. First hour, black and white.
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
No unusual slowdowns, no incidents to pass along at this time. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now, traffic.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
Rev up Father's Day gift giving at summitracing.com. You'll find unique gifts, parts, tools, accessories, and more. Or give the perfect card, a Summit Racing gift card. Shop summitracing.com, plus enroll in the rewards program to get more power in every purchase.
This Friday, sweet deal. Half off Jet Express tickets for a round trip from their Port Clinton dock to Put-in Bay. Log into this station's website to get half off your Jet Express tickets from their Port Clinton dock to Put-in Bay. Sale starts at 9 a.m. Friday. Welcome aboard the Jet Express.
Pizza Cat and build your pizza as weird as you want it. Earn perks towards future orders by visiting pizzacat.com. Now with 2 Toledo locations, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza.
For digital marketing that works, you need local expertise and national scale. Cumulus Digital provides hometown teams fueled by national support, serving over 4,000 businesses a month. Go to cumulusdigital.com. A short form is all it takes to get started.
I'm Lindsay Murphy, owner of Dream Green Landscape and Design. We are a local company in Holland and have been in business for over 20 years. No project is too big or too small. We do it all. Services include weeding, organic weed spray, custom designs, fire pits and places, erosion control, gutter pop-ups, retaining, and garden walls. We are your outdoor living experts. New clients receive 15% off of their first project and labor. Just mention this ad once you receive your free estimate. DreamGreenToledo.com. Dream Green, making your space your favorite place.
This is Black and White Sports on 100.7 The Ticket.
In the offensive zone, pick pucks off the wall, use his body and his strength. I watched him in game one. It was a make-your-own Sunday after the first period. He did what he wanted when he wanted, and the puck was in the back of the net when he wanted to make a play. So, he's got that long reach, though. You're right. His stick is super long. He doesn't have Mark Stone's knob, but he's got a long reach.
Yeah, he's certainly the knob.
That's a big knob.
Big old documented knob. Biggest knob in the league. Yeah, that is. Stoner's knob is massive.
Final time before we get out of here, you gotta watch your mouth. Hey man, PK is bad at that too. He's the terrible. It's almost like now we acting silly on purpose. But yeah, McAfee and those boys, we can always count on that and count on them. Moment of PK Subban. As we get back in here, final time. Win Now Wednesdays, what we say. 100.7 ESPN here in the Glass City. It's The Ticket. It's Black and White Sports. And before we go, we got our man Monty Features been in here rocking with us hour number one like he does. And we were talking, just talking about tonight game. I'm not mad at you, brother. Like you say, you don't want to be dilly-dallying and letting the Knicks, have any confidence, what have you. By the way, most of you probably aware at this point, Mitchell Robinson, full go tonight, full participant in practice. Where the Knicks preparations are concerned, you can probably expect him to get the needle on the hand and all of this. We also found out later wasn't a pinky finger, talking about a fracture that's metacarpal and all this other stuff. So knuckles and things like that. He did something idiotic. We didn't get the story. We're not getting it, but something stupid. If that's true and the injury is really what it is. But having said that, pain threshold is all we're talking about. Too much excitement and conversation about Mitchell Robinson. He's a defender. You know what I'm saying? At best, should be an effective rebounder most of the time. But again, at the end of the day, another physical presence to use 6 fouls on number one.
Yeah, that's his purpose.
Yeah, and that's what that is. So I'm pretty sure he'll be very effective at that. We all can look forward to that, and so can Mr. Wembanyama with that. But he'll be involved tonight. So enough about that. I told you that was much to do about nothing. It still affects the gambler's mind because they hear this stuff, and you're always trying to find some angle or some way to help you make your decision, and that stuff matters. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't. Right now, what's interesting to me is this line actually went up. Because the other day it was 3.5. I think it opened at 3.5. And the fact that we're going up, that should tell you, Monty, I don't know if the Knicks are going to be close in this game.
Okay.
They're really looking at getting smacked silly tonight is what I think. And you know why I say it? Because what I keep finding a lot of times and as we go and I keep rocking with this. It's like, especially tonight, we talking about high stakes and the whole shebang. The betting public here is again thinking of every possibility except the Knicks getting their ass whooped. Nobody go talk to somebody. You leave tonight, I don't know what you're about to do. You at work, whether you're working on the company. Go when you talk to somebody, you see somebody, ask them. Do they think that? They'll tell you, all right, San Antonio could win, but they're going to be saying to you, like you said, it's a nip and tuck ball game, and I don't know. And I'd like to hear the people's commentary going into game 2 if they see the Knicks get smacked around out here tonight. Not at first. Maybe you get the Knicks first half. That's what I would say this, Monty, based on what you said, that tells me that that's a possibility too for the odds makers, for people that are, just in this space of all of this, right? And maybe you get the Knicks out impressive and have you thinking that these young boys not ready for the moment. Everybody's looking at the TV like, they was too hyped. The emotion is a letdown. Right. They come out in the second half and explode and embarrass them boys and have them looking crazy. All of them on the bench chilling at the end. You know what I'm saying? On the Knicks side with their towel on, you know what I mean, over their head.
Or have them look like Chet in that after game interview where he looked like his soul had been snatched and taken from him.
Yeah. And if you believe at all what Steve T says, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, not because he on the show, I believe it. I was on that anyway. He just said it for me, so I don't have to sound crazy by myself. But I'm with the gentleman's hookup, and in order for that, tonight is absolutely necessary. So, if nothing else, if you believe in that at all, I don't think people believe that in any shape or form. But all right, man, appreciate you, brother. Anything you want to hit before you roll out, man? Any last words?
Man. Nope. Tomorrow I won't be in. I'll tell you that. We got the movie night popping off tomorrow.
Absolutely. And congratulations on that too, man. Always a new year. All right. And all of that. Matter of fact, tell them real quick, since you won't be here tomorrow, let the people know, because a lot of guys have children and things, young families, and some of the ladies too, man. Make sure they know about you.
Right. Tomorrow night, community movie night, City of Toledo, premiere screening my company. We will be at Nelson Grace Park on Indiana and Detroit. They'll have a 4-on-4 basketball tournament starting at 6 o'clock. And then I'll start DJing around 7. And then we're showing the movie GOAT at dusk, whenever it gets dark enough. So bring the family, bring the lawn chairs. We'll have popcorn and all that stuff for you, free of charge. Come on out, enjoy a movie underneath the stars, and the weather's gonna be beautiful too. So come on,
it is, man. It's always a beautiful thing, man. Monty, man, and Tracy, man, these boys been doing it for a long time, serving the community, man. Thank you very much, too.
Yes,
on
sir.
behalf of the city, all right? We appreciate it, because I told you they're going to make me an ambassador, Monty. I'm going to be Andre of the Toledoans before you know it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, get you some damn tissue, fool, too, and be careful out there shaking hands. That's what it is. You in the public too much. See,
no, it's allergies. It's allergies.
Oh, well, that too. Yeah, I already know what it is. All right, brother. Talk to you, man. All right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We'll come back, people. Hour number 2. 5:05. All right, we got to go. I'm over the time, too. Josh about to throw something at me. We'll be back.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Looking for a hidden gem just minutes from Toledo?
Come play Cherrywood Golf Course in Ottawa Lake, just 2 miles from US 23. A scenic 9-hole course with tree-lined fairways, sloped greens, strategic bunkers, and a winding creek throughout. Whether it's a quick round after work or a relaxing weekend game, Cherrywood is the kind of course you'll want to play again and again. Visit us on Facebook or go to golfcherrywood.com or call 734-856-6669 to book your tee time today. Cherrywood Golf Course, where 9 is fine if you don't have the time. God bless America.
The Forever Friends Pet Fair, brought to you by Yark Subaru and Cumulus Media, is Saturday, June 27th at the Lucas County Fairgrounds in the Green Building from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Adopt, meet pet vendors, and find your family's perfect forever furry companion.
Ooh. Hey, Wednesday. Hey. All right, people. Public service announcement of sorts, but with a commerce emphasis and a beneficial commerce recommendation for you. Yes, more affordable alternative is the thinking that we need you to rack your focus wheel on. Yes. Now, when you hear $9.99 for internet, you're like, nonsense, fake news, ridiculous. No, I'm very serious. Yeah, sure, that's less than lunch. And how am I going to run my internet with that? Well, it's way less than what many other households are paying. I guess that's easy enough to understand with those big internet companies. Well, get this. My good friends at Rocket Internet, they are delivering big internet speeds, people, without big name cost. Yeah, it's fiber power internet with 600 megabits per second for $9.99 or a full gig for $19.99. Yes, people, sometimes the biggest name isn't always the biggest deal. Rocket Internet offering 600 megabits per second for only $9.99 per month or a gig for $19.99 per month. Both plans include Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data, no contract, and a 3-year price guarantee. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change or may be canceled without notice. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET for full details.
Welcome back to Black and White Sports with Sav Sinclair.
Good afternoon. My name is Montgomery Blair Sibley. I'm the attorney for Sinclair. First, the National Press Club rents space. They do not condone or endorse the views of the people who rent the space. And as a result, he's allowed to get up and say what he wants to say. Mr. Sinclair is going to make a brief statement. You will be provided copies of that statement once he's done. And after that statement, he will entertain any reasonable questions and try to answer them. The procedure for doing that will be this microphone, because we're being recorded and we want to make sure your questions are recorded so that we get a full question and answer for the video that's being made today. That said, Mr. Sinclair?
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
All right. Hour number 2. Let's roll. Black and White Sports. It's 100.7 FM. That is ESPN here in Lucas County. Fastest buck 20 in sports. Shout out to my man Monty Features. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Don't forget again, movie nights, Thursday nights, premiere screenings. Look that up. Check it out. Get online, do all that and so forth. I'm going to make sure I get that info from Monty, man, and add that to the framework, man. Let you guys know that summer is here because it's great. I mean, I've been to it many years. I've done some other things. We featured it on Love My 419, different things like that. So like I said, wonderful family experience. I've only ever seen it be that. And I would imagine now they probably picked up a lot of momentum with that. So it's always cool, like you said, see the people, the lawn chairs, kids running around playing and doing all of that until the movie starts. Imagine them all, Josh, going crazy until they start getting dark. And then they know it's time to get snuggled up with mom and dad and everybody. So, it's man, that's the one. It's a cool situation.
It's like the old saying goes, when the sun goes down, the fun goes up.
Absolutely. So, I'm shouting that out, man. We appreciate that. Certainly respect Impress having to play AWOL and go AWOL tomorrow on that level. But yeah, we've been in here rocking, of course. Game 1 tonight. We love it. The excitement high. A very, very passionate, I believe this year, very passionate matchup, I would say, is what I'm trying to say and get to. Because you look at, both sides, and I think it's very easy to absorb the level of commitment, you know what I mean, sacrificially, that I think we could see here. Again, those of you who certainly follow the NBA on an intensive basis, you realize, a lot of the narrative with respect to the Knicks. What is the history been like? And of course, we've heard that. We continue to hear it. And of course, you're going to hear it throughout the finals. And they certainly look like what is a definite evolution and metamorphosis of all that the fan base could have hoped for. And I think we're very clear on that. And, so obviously presents a hell of a momentum play. But then you've got this other deal with this young man who has been groomed in a destiny frame and is on course for all intents and purposes, or it appears so. And we can obviously argue that he's way ahead of schedule in that regard. But the team that's been built, it certainly is exactly that. It is definitely not a situation. Even if you say, oh man, if he's in foul trouble early and all that, which could happen, I don't think that doesn't ever really take the spurs out of it. I don't get to wanting to turn my channel if you see that, and I think that's what makes it even more intriguing. So we couldn't be more hyped up about this. That's for sure. I don't know, Josh. I'm thinking, man, maybe this is I said it a couple weeks ago, and I haven't gotten it yet. I want to say quadruple double, Josh. I'm thinking something like this.
Yeah, like
It could be. We could get on that.
I'm looking at maybe 30 points, 10 rebounds, maybe 10 helpers, and at least 10 blocks.
Well, it's not lunacy to imagine. That's the only reason I'm saying it. I just wanted to be the person who maybe got that on record. But I do think we get another memorable night, and maybe from everybody, because I do not doubt these Knicks, these boys coming to work. I think they're coming to work, but I just know sometimes the Knicks can still be the Knicks.
One game I'm looking forward to is Game 3 on Monday night when the game's at the Garden. I want to see how Wemby does in his Garden postseason.
Right. See, but that's right, Josh. That's setting up. See, that's a moment. That's going to be a moment. And imagine, what if he was up 2-0? Now, we'll just let's assume that it'll be 1-1. Somehow or another. Wouldn't we all want to lean on the idea that it'll probably be 1-1?
Perhaps. I mean, yeah, I could see them like the Knicks stealing either Game 1 or Game 2.
But as I said, man, Josh, I don't know, because I'm with Steve on this. I'm gentleman sweep guy here. I am, because nobody would bet that. They're not. You cannot have a conversation with a person and have them take you as logical if you tried to sell them that. 4-1, this Knick team, you're not buying that. You can't envision Kabuki any set of circumstances that would let you or even allow you to think that. That's why it's a good bet. It's a good bet. It's not crazy plus money. 3-1, Josh. Basically, just south of 4-1 on a gentleman's sweep Spurs.
I could see that. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks put together a fight so great that it becomes a memorable series. I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibilities.
I think. Listen, 4-1 or a 7. I'm not against it. I mean, I'm hoping for it. I would just love to be right and having all this on the record with saying in advance 4-1.
I know the NBA is hoping that privately for at least go 7 because they want those New York City ratings.
Oh my gosh. The commerce consideration has got to be colossal for us people. Let us never condemn that. But with that said, I don't know. But text it 877-909-1007.
Or
if you like, who you going? What we doing here?
Or if you're a Spurs fan that lives in Toledo, not named Steve Taylor, text us 877-909-1007.
Yeah, we may have a quiz question for you. We'll get with these prop bets and do some things. But it is important to know, Josh, you got to get some patriotic. You got to get something that feels like the 250th anniversary. Celebrating America's history was not wasted on the great Frank and the wonderful staff, people, where you find authentic New York style thin crust on the Mama Mary's Pizza. Yeah, United States, founded in 1776. 250 years old here soon. And Mama Mary's is celebrating with a 17.76% discount when you order online. That's right. Get 17.76% off when you order online. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner. Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for the entire family and, of course, the youngsters. They love pizza, pasta, salad, sub, and more combo. Mama Mary's Pizza, everybody. In Holland, South Side, on Airport, and Holloway. All right, Josh, let's continue. Black and White Sports, we doing it. It's a Wednesday. We say win now. Game 1, we ready to pop off. Game 1 last night, too. Stanley Cup. Shout out again. Knights. Spectacular. I think the Hurricanes in trouble, people. That too might be a gentleman's boy. I don't know if Carolina really has an answer. This will be it. You will know. If it's not 1-1, Carolina might be sharp work too, Josh, in the NHL, sir.
Yeah, cancel Christmas. It will be over if it's 2-0 Vegas going back to Vegas.
Because these guys are not joking around. Like, for those of you who watched it last night, if you saw, because the highlight really couldn't do it justice. And I just thought it was fascinating to watch that man coach the unit like that and watch the unit literally respond in real time and just look like it was almost, it felt outclassing. Even though, 5-4, that's hard to say. Carolina getting out in front like that, it's difficult to disrespect them or act like they were chump like. No, but that's a mental flexor. You're sitting there, you're Carolina not understanding how in the hell we're not up 1-0, and we're going to pretend like we're getting ready to get back out here, okay, tomorrow night and pretend as though we are fully mentally strong and not necessarily in any sort of internal question mode. Yeah, right. You look up and you skating off on your way driving home last night and you've lost the first game and you were winning 2-0. Keep your eye on that. Sorry, quick sidebar, Josh.
I tell you, ever since Torts took over as coach toward the end of the season, I mean, it's like a whole different team.
It's a whole different everything, and I don't know. That's all I'm trying to get said. I don't know how do you speak to that. What is the description? How do you undersell it? Because I don't know that you can. You know what I mean? So salute to that. But again, long way from done. A lot of hockey to be played, of course, but you have to respond. If you're the Hurricanes, you You don't go down 0-2.
Yeah, game 2 is
You're not
definitely a
going
must win because if they lose, like I said, it's all over.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're losing anyway. I don't think they're winning this series, Josh. Matter of fact, I don't really. That's difficult. You're gonna have a difficult time getting me to buy that now. So.
And I know there's so people saying, well, hockey's a different animal. They can come back from even worse deficits, but I just get this vibe that Vegas is on a mission.
Thank you. And I think you're getting the right vibe. So we're also getting the right vibe. You get the right vibe and get this 17.76% off your orders when you hit up Mama Mary's online, okay? Make sure you do that. We'll go into the break and give you an opportunity to make an order now for the game. You're not making dinner. Nobody's going to stand up and be cooking. The game is tipping off around 8 p.m. That is way too late to have the pizzas on deck by 7:30. Mama Mary's, this is your mission. You have homework tonight, Lucas County and vicinity. Mama Mary's Pizza.com. Or if you feel the need to give them a call. Mama Mary's Pizza. Do it today. 419-867-9991.
You want to get the cheese, don't you?
Exactly.
Stay close. Andre of the Savages is just warming up. 100.7 The Ticket.
Since the early 80s, residential and commercial customers have called the Genite Company when they needed to have any blacktop or seal coating work done. But now, Genite is going to use their paving and construction expertise to offer customers concrete. So now when you think of the Genite Company, don't just think of blacktop and seal coating. They're now adding concrete to their mix for customers all around Northwest Ohio. Call Genite to schedule any estimate for any concrete work you need. 419-531-1791. Genite.com.
must-see for all ages. And right now, you can buy 2 one-year memberships for only half price. It's a $100 value for only $50. Buy it now by going to this station's website and click on Sweet Deals.
One moment, one crash, one injury. It can take away everything. KNR helps Ohio families through their hardest moments, standing strong when it matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Travis, what do you love more, Taylor Swift or phantom 15-yard roughing the passer penalties in the playoffs?
It's a good question. Anybody else?
ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Win Now Wednesday. Welcome back in here. It's Black and White Sports 100.7. Yeah, we chilling. We do it midweek. We try to get across the bridge with it. Andre of the Savages here. My man Josh Burnham alongside today, as always. NBA Finals tonight. Game 1. I mean, it's pretty much been the central focus of the convo today. A few other things, though, we have dabbled with here. It was early on. I probably, shouldn't have went to it right away, but, man, that whole Caitlin Clark thing is really strange to me that we're doing this now. But I guess it works, though. For me, I guess all of it works as long as the women's game can be in the people's psyche, because you guys don't want it to be. I know it's a lot of people, especially you fellas out there, y'all don't want the women's game to be prominent. I like it. Yeah. Love the WNBA. Love it. Wouldn't have anything to bet on. So they don't understand. It's not just the women's game that's so incredible to look at. No, it's still some people playing very hard, and they're easy to bet on. At the end of the day, last night, speaking of that, to hell with Asia Wilson. It's not her fault, though. Let me take that back. I was being gambly. Tried to get her for 30 points last night. She got 25. I had that. It was the irony, Josh. I would have won on one ticket, which was very close to hitting two. But I had her for 25. So we got that off. But, it wasn't on the other one. Because the other one, I was playing up, trying to get money. You know what I'm saying? So that was the gamble.
By that much.
So whatever. But just, it was like 11 out of 12. And Asia Wilson didn't get 30. Matter of fact, now, Josh, now that I'm talking about it, I'm going into it. Because we're going to get in here and start. We're going to get into our work around here, people. Second half of the show, bottom of the hour coming. We'll be expecting Andy along shortly. But in the meantime, we're going over this. I have to share this with you, Josh. You have to understand the real pain and despair that I know others are going through. I know it's not just me, but I do want you guys to know that, listen, I try to help you, and I should be trusted to do exactly that. Let me explain. Like last night, this deal we're talking about where Asia Wilson played us, and I would never get any of my little nieces her damn shoes at any time in life because I don't think I'm going to forget this. Let me go down to the bottom of the ticket here. Here's the thing. And I learned another lesson yesterday that I need to stop doing stupid things like not making profit decisions. That's what I didn't do. So listen, Josh, here's what it was. Okay. Last night, the first set of prop bets, ladies. And once again, part of why we enjoy the WNBA. I don't know what's wrong with you. Oh, I know, because you are a goofball who sits and watches sports just for the sake of watching sports, hoping it goes the way you think it'll go, with absolutely no benefit to you being right. Got you. You don't want to watch the WNBA. I got you. Well, I do. And what I needed last night was Kiki Arierfin to have 10 points. She did that. Skylar Diggins, 2 threes. She did that. Camila Cardoso, one of my favorites for a lot of reasons. Just big fan. Camila Cardoso. Needed her to get 10 rebounds. She did that. So the thing about that, everybody, that's a winning ticket. Guess what? for K. Jones and those like Hightower who understand what I'm about to say, that was a plus 455, fellas. Really 454. Just think. You see what I'm saying? $10, Josh. That's a 3-play. That's $50.
Yeah, $50. Imagine what that can get that for you these days.
I mean, again, you do 100. I mean, it is what it is. That's first part of that, okay? That's 3 of the picks, okay? Now, we had, it was Chicago and Washington. So then we had Connecticut and Atlanta. And here we go as follows. Ryan Howard, 4 threes. Bing. Alicia Gray, 2 threes. Bing. You silly, you late. Angel Reese, 10 rebounds and 10 points. Bing and Bing. And Alicia Gray, 20 points. Bing. So that's another 5. So I've just given you 8 plays that hit. But that second set of 5 is a plus 875. So Josh, $10 on that would have gotten you 8.7 and 50 cents.
8.750 cents if you're betting like $10. I mean, why even make that bet?
Well, I'm just saying, it's 5. Some people are conservative that way. They don't want to bet $100 like that all the time, Josh, because you could lose it. $10 is different than 100 by anybody's
You're
count.
Still losing like $1.25.
What do you mean?
Well, you bet 10, you get $8.75.
No. $87 and 50 cents. Yes, sir.
I'm still learning that whole gambling.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. That's why I'm here. I'm here for you. Now, the last one, so we can get to this. Let's get Andy in here, as you guys just saw him pop up. Sandman time around here, people. The final 4 slots, which Asia Wilson burned us on, because she did come through for the 10 rebounds. That was a beam. Nika Agumake, 4 rebounds. Big. And De'Erica Hamby, 6 rebounds. That was big. And Asia Wilson, after all that, everybody, so I just gave you 11 plays that hit. And Asia Wilson did not get 30 points. And so there's nothing to show for that. Okay, and with that, all guests and calls brought to you by the Revisit Fund Romance Wake Up Call Line. Andy Sanzada in the building live from the 216 remote style. What's up, sir? Good day to you.
Good day.
Andy, listen, we will begin here because it's been a very NBA Finals game 1 day around here. Last night, though, man, listen, I'm not sure. I've described it a few ways. We had calls today. We had it in the conversation. Last night might be, I'm going to be careful with it, but it has to be probably the most impressive display of no pun, of savvy last night, and really to the notion of how truly dangerous this Vegas team is, regardless of the fact that it seems to have culminated and crafted itself at the very, very back end of the campaign. And the coaching change that goes with it cannot be understated. And we also saw this take place in real time last night when, of course, you saw, Andy, down 0-2. Guys, we're good. Everybody chill. Just get on to what we do, and let's get to regulating around here. And almost immediately, we had a different game. And I think the Hurricanes are more than in trouble with this, especially if they don't tie this.
Well, yeah, now they're in a must-win situation in Game 2. And you don't normally say that in hockey, but I agree. You can't go down 0-2 to this Vegas team. The thing about it is the thing that impressed me the most was how composed Vegas was last night, even though they went down 2-0. But the thing nobody's talking about is there was a turning point in this game earlier than the save that Hart made in the third period. It was the save he made on Stankoven when Carolina had a chance to make it 3-1. That save to me was as important, if not more important, than the one he made on Slavin when it was tied 4-4 or 3-3. I can't remember which one it was, but Anderson looked off last night. Again, he's got a lot that he's dealing with personally right now because of losing Claude Lemieux in his life. And I just wonder if maybe that impacted him a little bit too much last night. He just didn't look comfortable to me all night long. He didn't face as many shots as I thought he was going to see. Carolina outshot Vegas last night. Didn't seem to matter. But I think Carolina is going to have to make some major defensive adjustments. They normally play, man-to-man coverage. That's not going to work against Vegas because it leaves the slot wide open, and that's why Hurdle scored the game-winning goal the way he did, is because nobody was there to cover him in that man-to-man. And they have to not turn the puck over. I thought Carolina was too careless with the puck last night, and so was Vegas, really. Vegas, a lot of those breakaways were because of turnovers and blown coverages. I look for Carolina to adjust. I still think this thing's going 7. Do I think maybe Vegas now has it? Possibly. But, you know me, Sav, I've never backed down from any of my picks. Even if I'm wrong, I'm sticking with the Hurricanes in 7. But they definitely have to get game 2 tomorrow night.
No question. Talking to Andy Sanzada here, everybody, our man in the 216. No, there's no question. And it was clear. You lose a game like that, and you know what I mean? Even responding, because I could argue, I could then say, because it wasn't all, it wasn't all a downhill demonstration, because again, Hurricanes responded. We get what we got. Hell of a game. I don't think that the people should expect that type of goal scoring moving forward.
You're not going to see that throughout the series. It's going to be more defensive. There'll be tighter checking. There'll be, not as many goals. I just think both teams were feeling it last night and found their game. Vegas just happened to find theirs, a little bit more often to get the go-ahead goal in the third period. But I'm telling you right now, if Mitch Marner doesn't block that shot with 5 seconds left, that game goes to overtime, because that was streamlined for the top corner over the blocker side of Carter Hart. And that's something Vegas is going to have to look at on film. Almost all the goals last night were on the same side of Hart, which was his blocker side, his stick side. They feel like they found a weakness there, and they're trying to exploit that right now. He's got to adjust in goal as well.
Yeah, man. I appreciated it, though. I got to tell you.
That was very entertaining. It was very entertaining. For those of you that don't watch hockey except for the Stanley Cup final, you got your money's worth last night for sure.
No question.
And that building was electric. That was fun to watch, too.
I'm taking the under, though, moving forward. When I saw that, I'm like, oh, okay, this is good. Because at least the next 2 games, I feel like we can get an under 5.5 the next 2. You know what I mean? Whatever, however this goes, I feel very good about that, because that's kind of the hockey magic number. You're always looking at a 5.5, whatever. Usually,
it's funny because everybody thinks Vegas is going to win this series with their defense and a low scoring series, and they proved last night that they can win either way, and that's what is troubling for Carolina.
There you go, and that's the thing. Yeah, whatever you want to do, when you get a team that's like whatever you want to do tonight, it's all right. And we got you covered. So that's what that is. All right, we're going to come back, man. NBA work. Got the Sandman in here. It's a Wednesday. Win now. And we know that has to be tonight. Game 1. Let's talk about that. Let's make these picks. Make some money when we come back.
When sports need a voice that doesn't play games, it's Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports. 100.7 The Ticket.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngster. Pizza, salad, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Jerry's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Located at the Rents Toledo Express, FA.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
You want some boiled peanuts? Here's a boiled peanut.
Remember when bar food ruled? Wings and burgers, but basic. You want more. Sideline serves premium proteins, ethically raised meats, no hormones or antibiotics. June 10th at 9 a.m., visit this station's website. Click Sweet Deals for a $50 certificate for $25.
There's my all-star.
I had the game-winning hit.
Careful, buddy.
Sorry, Dad.
Accidents can steal life's biggest moments. At KNR, we help you move forward and hold on to what matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
Black and White Sports.
May 23rd, 2025.
Seriously, right now, get the money line at this value. I'm telling you like this. I'm getting in, I'm putting this in play. And I'm trying to help right now take Minnesota to win tomorrow. And then we will come back game 4 and take OKC. I'm telling you right now, seriously.
Timberwolves and Thunder.
The game 4 would be Monday. Or Tuesday. Monday. Bam. Okay, so there it is. Saturday and Monday.
Black and White Sports. Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7. The Ticket.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Tearing the damn lays up. Vending machine on full stock around here. Inside Cumulus. We come to you from the campus. In studio. Josh, get that solo shot. Do that. It would only make sense to pop in and be telling the truth. in studio. You didn't do it. Where is it at?
Oh, me?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. We didn't have it. It wasn't eligible. Sorry, Josh. That's not on you. That's on me. So there it is. Thank you.
Normally when I think solo, I'm thinking
Yeah,
the start of the
it
show.
wasn't you. Yeah, that's not you. Sorry, but we are in studio. That's what it was. Bam. Back in here. Okay. Final time before we go on this Wednesday, game 1, NBA Finals, man. We got our man Sandman. He's in here. So we're going to try to close this, man. Do it strong on the way up out of here. But before we do it, because we totally flip-flopped the show and too much damn time wasted talking about Caitlin Clark earlier, we didn't get to ring the bell, so we're not getting ready to diss Anthony Butler around here. He is the master barber and stylist. Ladies, we are strikingly close to the weekend again, and most of you get your grooming needs met on about Friday or so on average. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, hell, Tuesday, Wednesday, 419-407-0880 would be your best move. He's the master barber and stylist. Ladies.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
All right, party people, here we go. Ring the bell brought to you by our man Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist, ladies. I cannot believe I didn't hit anything last night, though. Like, Andy, you weren't, I don't know if you'd come on yet, man. I got like a 12-teamer here. I hit 11, you know. Then I got another one's a 13-teamer, to hit another 11 on that.
Man, you're coming so close to heaven.
I mean, it's heavy.
You really are.
And I'm trying to be versatile. I'd explain. It's wild. But listen, we're setting up. One of these days, don't you worry, Jack. But everybody, you'll know, because it'll be suddenly the show just went away. They're like, what happened? He must have hit a parlay. Like, we need a parlay pitching somehow around anywhere. And so the rehab underway. Justin Verlander last night. All right, Hens get a win in this stint with our guy, 16-1 yesterday. 5 scoreless. You like that? I'm not mad. How long does this last, Josh? You got any? What we got? Any? We should call Matt on this.
He probably was so impressed that they'll probably call him up right away. But
I
that's
would
just
imagine.
my opinion. Anyway, he got the win. He's 1-0 as a mud hen.
Yeah, no, I think it was probably. Let's see how it's feeling. You know what's going on. Let's go ahead and roll because we got to get you in motion up here. We have to. But speaking of which, before you get to the Tigers, I guess you're coming up next. But listen, yesterday with the 8-0 and the Flaherty getting a win too, that's heavy. The 5 innings from him. Speaking of the 5 and 5 hits he gave up yesterday. But what's up with the Tigers though? And the sudden jolt. Andy, you hip to this? Are you seeing this? What is this?
Listen, it's
seeing bats in motion. What is happening right now?
It's 162 games, Seth. You know, it's a very, very
I
long
get that.
season.
Nah, you can't. Nah, come on, man. Now you calling me an idiot.
No,
you saying
I'm not,
that to me.
no.
That makes me an idiot. I realize that. That's not what I'm asking you. Detroit has been a bunch of crap. It's been. I almost did your move. I came so close to saying SHIT a moment ago. I was just about to say it, right? But I'm saying, I was like, man, because that's what they've been looking like. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
and that's the thing.
yes.
And that's
But
all I'm saying. So
it just takes a while sometimes for teams to find their group. That's all.
There's
I'm
no
saying.
pitching. Oh, I got it. This is not a typical situation, sir, is what I'm saying. These guys have nothing. There's nothing to speak of. We talked to Matt a few weeks ago when the Walleye were playing. Where are we going? Where are the young arms? Are there any? The Mud Hens, it was questionable. It just felt like a complete cluster of no hope whatsoever anytime soon. And then suddenly, bing, bing, you know, a couple here or there. I get it. In the framework of all of it, I got you, brother. But we weren't hearing, we coming on with Ring the Bells. and the Tigers are never winning in these. And this was for a while. I thought they might have a stretch. I saw the schedule a week and a half ago, and I was like, these fools might not win for the next month.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been that. That's all. That's what I meant. I hope that
Okay.
makes more. Yeah, not like, ooh, the Tigers is catching fire and something else. No, I just meant I know they've been going through a thing, and I wonder how difficult that is to navigate when we really the cupboard is bare and everything we thought we were doing. You see what I'm saying? That has been vanquished, and so here we are now, in essence, trying to reemerge from a spring training energy. Almost. I don't know if that makes it. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, so here lately, boom, boom. That's all. And then yesterday, and anytime I see Flattery, usually I'm out of the door. But what you can usually anticipate with him, after I say the next two will probably be losses for him, either that or he won't finish them. There'll be no decisions for him.
Mm-hmm.
But there'll probably be Detroit losses the next two times he goes out. And then I'm saying that to say, but you almost can set a watch by him getting a win after that. You know what I mean? Because he'll get you one every now and again. But I'm just saying, that's something, I'm on the Flattery watch. That's the one thing I'm in sync with. And I can almost give the people a gimme when I see them. And I don't know why I didn't mention it yesterday. But nonetheless, yesterday was that game. I think you get money still next time. Check his next start. Everybody mark your calendar, and that's a money line bet for the opposition. It's like that. All right. So, okay. Let's get to this, though, my friend. Game one, brother. And
no mention of the Guardians winning last night on Ring the Bell?
Oh, yeah. Did we forget? I'm sorry, Jess. I just jumped all the way out. I'm sorry.
We forgot the Guardians got one against the Evil Empire, 9-4
my bad,
last
Mr.
night.
Butler. Okay, my bad. There you go. Yeah. And that part, too. Another thing. Perfect reminder. Difficult to read these guys because this is what they will do too. And there have been flashes. Now, this is where I would apply what you said, Andy, more to not to read what's going on with the guards because it is the 162 and we're sitting here at the top of June. I would say that's why I don't say much about them. But it's clear a much different set of circumstances, of course, than what's going on in Detroit. So
they've been one of the best teams in baseball since they called up Bazana. So he's made a difference in the lineup. He's now hitting leadoff. He's improved there defensively as well. And now you've got a little bit of protection for Jose. So he's starting to find his groove like he did last night. He had 2 doubles last night. So keep an eye on this team. They could get hot real fast.
And then I'm gonna say, well, Andy, it's 162, man. No. So there you go. But no, I get it. Like I said, I just thought the Detroit thing, because we were, like I said, it was recent, and we were talking like, what exactly is going to be some form of a remedy, you know what I mean, just to somehow stop the leaks and, so on and so forth. But hey, again, that's why we
get a couple wins against.
Got to get in there. Got to get.
You get a couple wins like they've gotten against a team like Tampa. It can build their confidence, and they can build on that for sure. But as far as the division goes, they've got a lot of work to make up.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I didn't want to cast any goofy notions. But again, we just here with them day to day, and it's difficult to write. Long way to go. Summer just beginning. All right, but yeah, with that, we know when the summer begins, the NBA ends. And tonight is game 1, my friends. And so we love it. We're excited about it. We've been talking the entire frame today for the most part. So with Andy joining it, and as we get ready to close it, look, Andy, I really think the least expected outcome, I was saying this to Monty earlier, is the Spurs winning in resounding fashion tonight, and not necessarily the close contest you might expect if, in fact, you aren't anticipating the Knicks going in here and stealing this because you kind of believe they're the better team, because you just hate to accept the fact that this is really what it is in San Antonio. And I'm on the side of laying this 4.5 tonight, Andy. That's really what I'm starting to really feel like. Well, I'm not starting. That is what I feel like.
You mean San Antonio covers the 4.5?
Right.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think the Knicks have had way too much time off, Sav. I mean, they were in such a rhythm in that series against Cleveland. And they've had, has it been, 9 days, 8 days?
Yeah, somewhere there about roughly.
Something like that. That's too much time this late in the season to be practicing and not be playing meaningful games. San Antonio, on the other hand, I think they've had just enough rest after coming off that win in Game 7 the other night. So I'm with you. I think the Spurs win by double digits tonight and set the tone for the series.
And obviously, you made the play in thinking that, but I wonder, do you give any credence to this notion? Because I've heard it a lot of times elsewhere. I've even heard it here in this show that these guys are not going to be able to come down off of this high and just some of that energy, which was admitted. Wemby gave us that. He said, "Listen, we have been dealing with that, but how much do you give to that? I don't, what I'm saying, I don't know how much I subscribe to that."
I've never been one to subscribe to it, anyways. It's a young team. They're going to learn as they grow throughout this series. But I just think they're the better team overall.
Yeah.
I just think that's what it comes down to. They have more depth. They're the better defensive team. New York's defense has been very impressive in the playoffs, don't get me wrong. But, when it's all said and done, is Castle going to shut down Brunson, or is Brunson going to shut down Castle? And the answer to that is Castle's going to shut down Brunson. So that, to me, is the difference in the series. That's why I've got the Spurs winning in 6.
And he gave him love. Steve Taylor and we're not giving him that. We talking gentlemen's around here, and I wholeheartedly am starting to lean more into that idea as it gets closer. I hope I'm just seeing it on the court tonight, and I feel like I really expect an early Knicks start. I was talking to Monty. He feels like the Spurs need to get out early. I don't think so.
No, I
don't
agree
know
with
if
you.
that's true. I think they will be able to weather that. I almost feel like our bet is Knicks first half, just because of maybe some of the mindset, because I've got a veteran group who, by the way, Andy, I keep reminding people, as veteran as they are, they don't have any finals experience either. None of
and the only experience they have is their head coach, Mike Brown. He took the Cavs to the finals in 2007.
Yeah, he ain't gonna shoot.
And how did that fare? He got swept by San Antonio. So I think he's about to look at the same fate. Just maybe might get a few games this time around. But when it's all said and done, the Spurs win the title.
But people would be completely beyond stunned. You look up and the Knicks got a game. And but
I'm giving them 2 because I just respect Jalen Brunson that much. I think he can take over a game. When he gets the opportunity. We saw it in Game 1 against Cleveland. He had 17 points in the fourth quarter that led them to that comeback that forced overtime. So he can take over a game anytime he wants if given the opportunity and if the shot's going down. But like Steve was saying yesterday, the Knicks are a jump shooting team. They make shots, they win games. They miss shots, they lose games. That's why I think they're not going to make enough shots to win the series.
And that is where you could argue the being cold comes from. That's where it'll show up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Some of the errors, there could be turnovers and things, because everybody, anything that is, we'll call it rust, that rust that they like to refer to and all of that stuff. And some of that practice that you can't get, it appears and it shows itself, with the handling, the handles and the control and some of the decision making, some of the timing. So, but I still don't. We coming to play ball tonight. It's Game 1. Everybody's on prime time. It's real. It's all the way beyond live, and we love it. With that, here's what we're doing tonight. As I mentioned, a few things to bounce around. Also, one quick note, Wager Warriors, and I always like to highlight these, any city really, but tonight, everything New York is popping. Everybody, Liberty, Knicks, Mets, Yanks, always something to consider. I think we're 50-50 tonight on it. Knicks and Mets lose. Liberty and Yankees win. That was a sidebar for you, so tuck that away. There's a parlay for you. Put your New York line on there. And again, go 50-50 with that. 2 up, 2 down. We like, these are actually some transmissions from some people that I respect as big dogs, so I will share them with you guys in case they are accurate. I would feel bad if I didn't give it to you. All right, Wemby, over 1.5 on the 3. Brunson, over 6.5 assists. Cat, over 1.5 threes. Bridges, under 2.5 assists. Also, a few more. Let's go. Bridges over 14 tonight. Brunson with the 25 plus. Harper, as in young Harper, 10.5 over. Wemby, 12.5 over on the boards. And assists, Josh Hart and Vassell. All right. 5.5 Hart over. 2.5 Vassell over. W, we going, like I said, Liberty, money line. I'll take Seattle in the points. I don't know why I'm hating on Phoenix. They may just bite me. I don't know. I still feel like we see Zaya on the court tonight. Something else in Seattle, man, a little bit more competitive. They looked horrible last time I saw them. MLB tonight, like I said, take the Yankees. I'm going Yankees win, Reds win. Ohtani back tonight at Arizona. I'm going with him. So Dodgers win. That's your 3 boys in the MLB. And finally, like we said, NBA tonight, I'm laying the 4.5 with the Spurs, man, and we'll go under 218.5. All right? So for Monty Features, don't forget movie night in the park tomorrow. Everybody, he won't be here. Andy Sanzata, appreciate you, brother. Hell of a job today. And Steve T on the impromptu work calling in. Josh Burnham, thank you, man, for what you do. I am Andre of the Savages. Please be kind, be respectful, be nice, people. Enjoy this damn game tonight and all this work, man. Never cheat on your wife and handle your business today. Go to Spurs, go!
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.